So Eddie, I'm gonna get this term wrong, probably. Are you like first generation or second generation immigrant?
I'm a first generation.
First generation.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that story? Like, like I hate to say there were pros and cons, like, like some rewards of being first generation immigrant, like challenges, like just all that deep dive in that.
Yeah, so I'd say like how my family ended up here in the States. There's actually two different takes. So speaking of my mother specifically, she comes from Ecuador. And so there was a potential opportunity that her family believed that they were going to get, that she was able to get here in the United States. Um, so unfortunately, though, things did not go as planned when she did come into the States.
And she came here by herself, or she
Yeah,
was married.
She came here by herself. I think she was around like 10 or 11, maybe 12.
Ecuador is people don't know it's in South America, like top of South America, right?
Yeah. It's think of it, it's on the equator, Ecuador, the equator.
I can remember. I think Ecuador is like one of the top 10 countries, like American retirees to go live when they retire. I think it's like one of those top countries.
I definitely know they sell a lot of roses for Valentine's Day for here in the States. They also, if you look in the grocery store, you'll notice probably a lot of bananas.
So your mother came all the way by herself.
Yeah,
I'm guessing she didn't have a last flight from Ecuador to like Texas, right? She probably had to walk the whole way or something. I'm guessing, or
I think she's go on a plane.
plane. Okay,
but she went with another family.
Okay.
That other family promised her some things, and unfortunately, it's some things were oversold.
The old bait and switch problem.
Yeah. Now, when it came to my father's side, so my father is technically a first generation for his family. But so his story is along lines like, my last name again, it comes, if said in Spanish, is Mazariegos, it comes from Spain. And we spent a lot of time in Guatemala. So his family immigrated from Guatemala to the States. So they were impacted by the I think the Civil War conflict that was ongoing there.
Yeah. And what are some like how do I word this? Advantages of being an immigrant? Disadvantages.
That's actually the first time I've been asked the question that way. The advantage of being an immigrant.
Because some would say, most immigrants are more hardworking. They preach the American dream more. They're like all in. Where most Americans like, yeah, I'm not going to work at McDonald's. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Where most immigrants like, oh, I'm going to take this opportunity and make the most of it. No matter how small it is.
I think something I've learned is that we're very, very adaptable. Whatever the scenario is. So I think that's an advantage that I've been able to leverage. It's with every problem there's an opportunity. I would say oftentimes being multilingual is a great benefit as well. Being able to speak English and let's say Spanish business professionally is like very, 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 very good to have. I would say another big advantage too would maybe be you definitely value things have a greater weight, I think, than I would say if it wasn't earned. It was like already like not obligation, but it's already given.